Taylor Swift Docuseries recap. Biggest revelations from episodes 3 and 4, the end of an era on Disney+. Taylor Swift revealed even more behind-the-scenes secrets of her era's tour in the latest installment of her new docuseries. Episode 4 featured an appearance by Swift's fiancé, Travis Kelce, who made a surprise cameo during a June 2024 stop on the European leg of the era's tour. The episode chronicled how his stage debut came together during his summer break from the NFL. The way that he just comes to life when the lights are the brightest. People talk about that all the time with him. Swift, 36, said of Kelce, also 36. They're like, the moment's never too big for Travis. The lights are never too bright for Travis. Episodes 3 and 4 of Taylor Swift. The End of an Era debuted on Disney Plus on Friday, December 19th, 1 week after the first 2 episodes dropped on the streaming services. In the premiere, Swift broke down just how difficult it was to add songs from the Tortured Poets department to the set list while still trying to keep the album from leaking ahead of its release. When we had done the first half of the tour, what the fans didn't know at the time was that I was writing a brand new album, the Tortured Poets department. And in the middle of me releasing the album, we had to be all hands on deck, creating a brand new era to put into the show to represent that album, she explained in episode 2. We built this top-secret rehearsal facility for us to lock in the set list, and then we put together all new choreography, learning choreography, all just hearing in our heads, because they can't play the music on speakers because it's not out yet. Keep scrolling to read the biggest revelations from episodes 3 and 4 of Taylor Swift, The End of an Era, which are now streaming on Disney+. The 2-part finale will premiere Tuesday, December 23rd. Taylor Swift was always planning her future tours. Taylor's mom, Andrea Swift, recalled her daughter having huge ambitions starting in her childhood. Very early on, she just knew she was going to have to work hard. Andrea, 67, explained in episode 3. I mean, it just depends on how far back we want to go. But it escalated from school play, theater group, karaoke nights, calling around to festivals and amusement parks to see if there was a spot for a little kid with guitar and a couple of speakers. And she, from a very early age, always knew exactly how she wanted things to be. And she was always planning what her headline tour would be like. Andrea noted that Taylor was always focused on her art rather than the perks that came with it, saying, I never heard her say the word fame or money. It was always just about the opportunity to go sing her songs and have everybody else singing those same words back, making the new Reputation bodysuit. Throughout the tour, Taylor wore tons of different outfits across each era, but famously only had one look for Reputation, until she debuted a new bodysuit when the tour returned to U.S. in October 2024. Her longtime stylist, Joseph Castle, explained in episode 3 that part of the reason it never changed was because they ran out of fabric that was used for the first one. When Castle initially presented Taylor with a new one, it didn't fit quite right, but after seamstress Diana Agajanian made adjustments, the pop star was obsessed. It's now my favorite. Taylor quipped after trying on, I didn't see this coming. I'm shocked. An era's vocalist battled cancer during the tour. In episode 3, background vocalist Jessalyn Gorman revealed that she was diagnosed with breast cancer after the tour began. According to Taylor, Gorman's diagnosis was the first blow the tour family had experienced together. Gorman took 6 months off for chemotherapy and surgery, losing about 75% of her hair in the process. She ultimately returned to the tour after finishing radiation and came back so quickly that her co-workers were inspired by her strength. I cannot believe that she was back in a few months, Taylor marveled. The will to come back and do the hardest show ever. None of us could believe it. I still can't. Taylor Swift's era's tour costume changes were insanely complicated. Every outfit change is about 1 minute and 15 seconds or less. Dresser Justine Odell explained in episode 3. Our fastest quick change, though, is 39 seconds with her in the room. Taylor's mom, Andrea, added, It is like watching a NASCAR race. Under the stage, there were 4 quick change booths constructed on different levels, and Castle noted there were 20 quick changes in the show. There were moments where I thought, I don't know if these costume changes are going to happen in time, Taylor admitted. I'm only off the stage for a maximum of 2 minutes at a time. You have no idea the panic of worrying you're not going to be dressed in time for the song to start. She recalled one moment where she tripped over her Evermore dress and busted her knee before landing on her palm and ripping the skin off. She was bleeding as she changed into the Reputation suit, but proudly noted she still hit her cue. Wasn't late, she said with a smirk. Taylor Swift's mom encouraged her to date Travis Kelce. Taylor encouraged her mom to tell the story of her first meeting with Kelce in episode 4 after a clip played from his now famous New Heights recap of his Eras tour experience. I'm looking at the headlines and perusing around what's on the internet, and I see that this guy came to your show and he brought a friendship bracelet and wants to meet you, Andrea recalled. And so, of course, I call up my resident expert on the Kansas City Chiefs, my cousin Robin, and I go, "Tell me about this guy named Travis Kelce." And she goes, "Oh my God, he's the nicest guy. And you know what? He really loves his mom." And I went, ding, 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 ding. Then I said, "Now how in the world am I going to get her to meet him or whatever?" Taylor recalled her mom saying something like, "You got to start doing something different." Listen, it was so earnest. Andrea added a Kelce's original podcast shout-out. "I thought it was the sweetest thing in the world that he came to your show. He brought you something from your world." To me, that really said a lot. I thought that was really sweet, and I liked it. https://www.usmagazine.com/entertainment/news/Taylor Swift documentary cap revelations from episodes instant hashtag text equals percent T% the percent tears percent tour percent never percent 12% T% Travis Kelce's Eras tour cameo came together. Taylor said she thought Kelce would fit into the TTPD skit where dancers pick her up off the stage, but she didn't want to suggest it to him for fear of freaking him out. "I can't remember how it came up," she said. "I think we were just joking around about him doing it, like him going up there with Cam Saunders, and it became very clear that he, wasn't joking." Kelce's cameo in London, which Taylor called magically entertaining, went off without a hitch. "He really is one of the happiest people I think I've ever met, which I adore," Andrea gushed of her future son-in-law. "He just brought a lot of happiness, which I think is what he does in a lot of his circles. He brings a lot of happiness to the room. And that particular night, he brought a lot of happiness to a lot of fans. It was hilarious